Welcome along to the Gobby Gaffer YouTube channel playing Football Manager 2023. If you're a regular viewer, well, you'll know that already. And if you are sticking with me, well, thanks for your support, your likes, your comments and your subscriptions. And in today's episode, leaky defence? What leaky defence? We've just set a Gladbach record for the number of clean sheets on the trot. And how did we do it? Don't ask me, I'm only the manager. Let's have a look at the schedule and see how it's been going on. We have played quite a lot of football again. So I have been messing around with the tactics and the formation again. Well, you know me, I always like to fiddle with all of this stuff. But this time it does seem to have worked. So if we just look at the schedule then. So after the Freiburg game that we watched last, and it was a 1-1 draw, it was quite a decent result because at the time Freiburg were in second position. So not too bad a result there. But then I had a fiddle with the tactics and the formation and went in a bit of a different direction. Speak more about that in a second. But then we played Leipzig, who again are up there in the European positions, and away 4-1, lovely victory. Couple of friendlies in there. Then we played Wolfsburg away 1-1, so we were still getting used to the formation and the tactic. Then we played Dortmund at home, one of the bigger games in the Bundesliga, beat them 3-1, very nice. And then we played Leverkusen, beat them 1-0. And this was the start of the clean sheet. So kept a clean sheet against Leverkusen. Then we played Paderborn, the new team who have come into the Bundesliga, beat them 2-0. And then we played in the DFB Pokal, third round, played Mainz 05, beat them 3-0. Stuttgart away from home, beat them 1-0. All these nils are very nice and very important to where we are in the league and how we're actually doing. And then we invited Dusseldorf, beat them 3-0. And then, as you've noticed there, we're actually in the Conference League knockout stages now, and we played Sion, and a nice comfortable 2-0 win. It was at home. We have got the away leg to play yet. Hopefully we can pick up a win and move on to the next stage. And then our clean sheet run came to an end. We played Werder Bremen, a real seesaw of a game this. We conceded 2 goals, but we scored 5, and this game is actually worth a look. And the story of that game is that obviously I brought in quite a few new players, and I hadn't really organised my set piece, routines, corners, all of that kind of thing. So I went in there, rejigged it all. Badiashile I set up on the near post corners, and he scored a hat-trick in that game. Absolutely brilliant from the lad, and well, I'm a bit of a tactical genius. Of course, let's face it, it's never a good idea to get too cocky in football because, well, you know what's round the corner if you get too cocky. Let's have a look at the league anyway. So with their 24 games played now, Bayern Munich still top on 60 points. Not exactly running away with it. They have dropped a few points this season. They've drawn 3 and lost 2, so not exactly running away. We are in very nicely placed. We're in second place, and we've got 55 points. So we're 5 points behind them, and we are going to watch a Bayern game today. So that will be very interesting. And in third place, we have Freiburg, 5 points behind on 50. And then Leipzig now, 43 points in fourth, and they're drifting away quite a lot. Well, either they're drifting away or we're pulling away, but they're 12 points behind us. So all bodes well for Champions League football for next season. So back to the transfers. The 4 transfers that I told you about were coming in January. They all arrived and all nicely settled in. But I did make 2 more signings, 2 loan signings just before the transfer window shut. So just a quick reminder of those 4 signings that were already organised. We have the Brazilian lad, 24-year-old Tete. He's come in for the right wing berth. Unfortunately, he's very one-positional, but he has started quite well actually. His first couple of games, a little bit iffy, but he's now started whipping some crosses in for the strikers to get onto, and he's actually doing well for us. 24-year-old Felix Agu, German lad, again, very, very important. Can play on both sides. He's already knocking on my door and saying he's not getting enough game time. So there's a lot of ambition from this lad, and what I've seen of him already, he looks as though he's a very good player. Sanase Bar, a 20-year-old, again German lad. He's a bit one-positional again. He can play up and down that left-hand side, but his best position is at left wing back. But he is only 20. He's gone into like the reserve team at the moment just to try and, he's only. I think he's actually coming in a little less than I thought he would do. I think he was predicted to be a 4.5, 5-star potential, so maybe not quite as good a signing as I thought he was going to be, but he's gone into the reserves. He's going to play some games in there, and I'm trying to get him a loan at the moment, so hopefully he will come good for us, even just as a backup player. And then the 2 loan players, so we've gone to Bayern Munich, and we picked up 21-year-old Ryan Gravenberch, and this lad is a super duper, let's put it that way. Super duper. He's got 5-star potential. He's worth 53 million. We're not going to be able to buy him. My assistant manager keeps knocking on my door every day. We need to sign this lad permanently. Well, it'd be very nice if we had 53 million, but a very, very nice player to have. He's gone into the European squad. Very nice player to have, who can make things happen for us, because he's a playmaker. And also, I think we all know Liam Delap, don't we? You can see him across various saves on YouTube. Liam Delap's come from Manchester City, 21. Did have a little bit of a problem in that Leonardo in January went away with the Brazil team, the under-21s, and was playing in a tournament. So lost him for quite a few weeks. In fact, he was injured for 2 weeks before he went, and then he went on the tournament. So I did try a few players up there, and nothing was working really. So I thought, okay, let's bring Delap in. And he came in, scored a few goals. He's kind of hit the ground running really. Obviously we've got Leonardo back now. So all nicely caught up now, and we have 2 games today. We have the second leg against Sion in the Conference League. We're 2-0 up, remember, from in that game. So hopefully we can keep a clean sheet and get through to the next round. And then, like I said, we have Bayern Munich. It's not in the league, it's in the quarter-final of the German Cup. So can we put one over on them? Can we get through to the semi-finals? Who knows? Let's jump into the dugout, and I'll explain the tactic a little bit more. You watch today. We'll go and get beaten both of these games, and all that I've said about the new tactic and the new formation, it'll all go out of the window. Anyway, let's jump in the dugout, shall we? Well, welcome to Switzerland for this second leg in the Conference League knockout stages against Sion. The team for today is Ramirez in goal, back 4 of Nets, Badiashile, Itakura and Bayer. We have Nauhaus is the deep lying playmaker today, Micha and Kone in front of him. Wingers are Nelson and Collado, with Leonardo up front. And just a little bit of a background to this. So basically, I've now changed my approach to tactics and formations, and I always used to do like a custom build, but now I'm going with a tweaked style of fluid counter-attacking for away games and games against teams who are a little bit better than us, and a gegenpress for most of the home games, and also teams that I think we can, get a good result out of. And they are tweaked. This formation today, it's an away game, not quite sure it's going to go. It makes us a little bit more defensively solid, But if I find it where we're losing or we're not doing so great, I can quickly switch to the gegenpress. That chucks in a shadow striker or attacking midfielder, and then we can, we have a bit more attacking oomph. But anyway, so that's the idea behind the tactic. It's been working very, very well recently. Let's hope that carries on today. Let's get into the game. And we're underway. So who's going to get the first? We've actually started really well. We've had 3 shots, 1 on target. So we've started really, really well. And hopefully we can... we don't need to score today. As long as we can keep a clean sheet, which is one of our fortes at the moment. I know we did concede 2 goals in the last game. But there's a little bit of a one-off that when we scored 5 goals. So sometimes you get those kind of games. But their keeper comes out, picks the ball out of the air. Nice little attack there, putting them under pressure on their patch, which is always very, very nice. Let's get control of the game, and let's, if we can control the game on their patch, then that's very nice to see and gives us a lot of confidence. But little triangles there at the back. Meacher, Nauhaus as the deep DLP today. Got Bayer on the right-hand side there. And he's going to put the ball in for Collado. He's going to slide that across. And Meacher's going to come in and nearly takes the old lady's head off in the 5th row with that one. Not ideal. But anyway, we live to fight another day. Nearly half an hour on the clock. It's still 2-0. We're not exactly... I don't think we need to push this game today. If Sion score, then I might change tactics a little bit. If they don't, then I'm just going to keep it on this more defensive formation. And I'm just going to say we're exactly where we want to be right now. Let's go and finish the job. Not too many of them seem particularly happy about that, but one of the things I am doing in game now is he's not putting any pressure on the players. So, like team talks before the game, I don't say to them, look, you've been playing great, go out and do it again. I just try and keep it as bland as I can. And there's Leonardo there heading the ball in at the far post. We're 1-0 up, 3-0 on aggregate now. Unless some buffoonery happens in the game, we should be winning this one quite comfortably now. But a nice corner there. I think it's Badiashile again at the near post. Gets his head on the ball. Leonardo at the back post. Nice tap in. 3-0. And I think it's probably time to make some subs. We'll just watch this highlight. And is that going to... No, that doesn't cross the line. That's a shame. Another goal there would have been nice for momentum and confidence. And I'm not getting too much time to make any subs because Nets again with another in-swinging corner. Can Badiashile gets his head on it again. Badiashile at that near post is absolute weapon, although that gap goal has been disallowed. Not quite sure. He was miles offside. So I'm going to make all my changes in one go. I think we're going to bring LVD on. We're going to bring Delat can come on. Gravenberch can come on. Want to make a change at left wing back. So Pedrosa can come on. And we'll bring Sanchez on for Nelson. So all 5 subs made now. 20 minutes to go in the game. Sion have a corner. Ramirez takes that nice and easy. He has really stepped up in recent weeks. He's becoming the keeper that I thought I'd signed originally. There's been no buffoonery from him, and he's made some critical saves in games and shown a very, very safe pair of hands. And this is something that's been happening an awful lot as well. We've got players chasing back and winning the ball for us, which is, obviously... I mean, really? I honestly don't think any keeper in the world would have saved that one. Let's just watch this one again. Balotelli. My word, what a goal. And yes, that was a 33-year-old Mario Balotelli. 3-1 anyway overall, and I think hopefully we should be coasting now. We'll get another free kick there. That one was fumbled by the keeper, but we managed to get away with that one. I think we might be dropping to a cautious mentality now. We just need to try and... I don't know whether the 5 subs has I have no idea why he did that. But anyway, it looks like we are coasting now. 3-1 overall. 4 minutes of time added on. And we are through to the next round of the knockout stages in the Conference League. And that win has taken us into the next round, and the draw is just about to be made. So let's go and have a little look, shall we? So as you can see, unfortunately, we are unseeded, which is not great news. The seeded teams, there's some very, very good teams in there. Juventus, Sevilla. I mean, Aston Villa would not be easy. But anyway, let's get into the draw. So Slavia Prague wouldn't be a bad game, but they've got Sevilla. So Atletico Bilbao, and they will play Marseille. Maccabi Haifa, now this wouldn't be a bad draw for us, and the away leg first would be absolutely brilliant if we could get this one. No, that's gone to Club Brugge. Unfortunately, not on that one. So the match 5 is Ludogorets. Again, another away tie here, and I think we could do okay against them. So can we get them? No, we can't. And it's looking like seeded teams. We're going to get Juventus, aren't we? It's you can see it coming a mile off. Again, Trabzonspor, I think we could do a job against them. They've got Juventus. We've got the home leg first, and we're playing FC20 from Holland. I think that's a winnable tie. I think so. And maybe one of the other teams in there can do us a favour and knock Juventus and Sevilla out. Who knows? So FC20 in the Conference League. None of these games are going to be easy, but we just have to put our best foot forward and see, if we can do a good job against them. We're actually on a good run at the moment, so hopefully we will do. Anyway, we have that big game now against Bayern Munich. It's the DFB Pokal, and it's the quarter-final. It's the German Cup. We'll see you in the dugout for that one. Let's hope we can get through the semi-finals, because a little bit of momentum, a little bit more prestige. If we can win a trophy, that would be absolutely amazing. But we do have to remember, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's Bayern Munich, and they've been winning a lot of their recent games 5-0. It's their scoreline. Let's see what we can do. We'll see you in the dugout. Welcome along to this quarter-final DFB Pokal, and it's against Bayern Munich. It's going to be a tricky game, this one. So we're playing with the fluid counter-attack. Hopefully we can keep it nice and tight, but we'll have to see. Bayern Munich are a bit of a force to be reckoned with. The team for today is Ramirez in goal. Back four of Nets, Badiashile, Itakura and Bayer. Nauhaus is the DLP, and Micha and Kone in front of him. Two wingers, Nelson and Tete gets a start today with Leonardo up front. And we're underway. 2 minutes on the clock. We get the first highlight, and the first thing that we do is give the ball to Bayern Munich, which is pretty standard fare for Football Manager. That always tells you that, the team that you're playing is up here and you're way down here. So you give the ball away, you look like buffoons, and we're 1-0 down. So there's not a lot I can do about that tactically. We're playing with a defensive midfield player. We should be keeping it nice and tight at the back, but when the game decides that that's what it's going to do. Are we going to get a big game penalty today or a big game red card? Would not surprise me. But anyway, Cancelo coming down this right hand side, ball into the box. Muller, Kimmich, and Musiala there heads the ball in the back of the net. 2-0, we're getting absolutely battered. There's less than 15 minutes on the clock. So again, this just goes to show, doesn't it, the level that Bayern Munich are at. So 23 minutes on the clock. There's no point in persisting with the counter-attacking. We've gone to the Gegenpress now. Glock has come on as an advanced playmaker. And let's see if we can make some inroads into this game. But while the AI are looking at us and saying, no, you're nowhere near as good as Bayern Munich, then I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do with tactics, formations, players, player instructions. I don't think any of that is going to make a lot of difference. We have 2 goals to make up now. Other than that, Bayern Munich are in the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal. And there's not a lot, like I say, there's not a lot I can do about that. But Bayern Munich on the ball again. Lovely ball forward there. That's a nice ball for Tete. Can Reiss Nelson. Reiss Nelson looks like he may have won a penalty for us. And that was a nice little ball in from Tete. Really incisive into the box. and the Bayern Munich player makes a last-ditch tackle, and we do have a penalty. And has Tete taken over penalty duties? He has. But it's in the back of the net. Keeper very nearly gets a finger to that, but it's in the back of the net. We're back in the game. It's 2-1. And let's see if we can at least get to half-time with the scores, at this at 2-1. I mean, it would be very nice if we could get the equaliser, but like I say, it is Bayern Munich, and we have to be very, very wary of them. They've just hit the crossbar. Nets hoofs it out. Nelson there with a clearance that goes straight to a Bayern Munich shirt. Back again, another Bayern Munich highlight. There's going to be lots of these in this game. But we do win the ball back. Oscar, Reece Nelson, just waiting there for the striker to get himself onside. But we've lost the ball again. And this is this is a very unusual. I'm struggling to understand what I'm seeing here, because we have not been playing like this at all. I mean, okay, maybe Bayern Munich are on a different planet to everybody else in this league, but this is not why we've been winning the ball back in these situations and mounting counter-attacks like we've just done there, but a lot more frequent. Oh, and Leonardo hits the post. So moving on into half-time now. Not quite sure what to say to the lads. You're doing well. Keep working hard until full-time. I think I'm going to give them... No, I'm going to say I'm disappointed. We had little possession so far. That seems to have inspired most of them. Okay, a couple more changes at half-time. Brought Delap on up front, and Fresneda, the new right wing-back, has come on. Let's see if we can just nick another goal and at least get the game level. So we start in the second half. Bayern Munich, 2-1 up. Can we actually make some inroads into this game? We're not doing... I mean, we're doing okay. We've had 7 shots and 2 on target. XG of 1.80. So we've got a better XG than Bayern Munich. But again, it's Bayern Munich with the highlight. We do pick the Tete, won the ball there. He's won it back again. And Micha, what can a Micha do with that? Oh, was that a foul, referee? No, it wasn't. So again, we're not playing anything like the fluid football that we have been playing. And there's Naby. It's 3-1. I think the tie is over now. Unless the referee decides to rummage for his whistle and disallow it. I mean, that would be great, referee. Nah, it's been awarded. Fine. Okay. So, well, there's always next season, isn't there? So, it's nearly 70 minutes on the clock now. Bayern Munich, nice and comfortable now. 3-1. And a little bit of buffoonery there. But Ramirez eventually comes out and picks the ball up. Last 2 changes. Gravenberch has come on. He's not really a winger, but I'm putting him out there anyway. And Sanchez, it allows Sanchez to go up front. So we've got 2 strikers on the pitch now. I think we are going to have to go very attacking. It might leave us a little bit vulnerable at the back, but we do need to try. And I mean, it would be very unusual for one of my teams to score 2 goals in the 80th minute and come back into the game. But you never know. There's always a first time. So, ball out there onto the Bayern Munich's right-hand side. And they're nice and clean and crisp and clinical, which is something that we've not been today. We do win the ball back, however. Tete here. Can he put the ball in the back of the net? Yes, he can for 3-2. But the referee is having a rummage. And I guess when he's rummaging for a decision against us, it will be disallowed. It hasn't been. It's been awarded. It's 3-2. So, we're on the offensive now. We've got 2 strikers on the pitch. Can we actually get back into this game? Bayern Munich have really turned it on, though. They've had 17 shots in this game now. It's not very even anymore. And I think it would be a little bit of a smash and grab if we did get another goal. But, you know, I'm all for that. Poor ball forward by Tete, though. You'd have thought he'd been full of confidence after his goal, but poor ball forward. Right, come on, lads. We need to press them. Press them, try and win that ball back. Sane now, moving forward. He's going to have a very, very weak shot. And Ramirez is just happy to see that sail past his post. So it's 3-2, no disgrace. 4 minutes of time added on. We're going to get the equaliser. No, we're not. So we're out of the DFB Pokal. But no disgrace, you know. At Bayern Munich, a 3-2, not too bad at all. And I'm just going to say that I'm going to go with the assistant manager's suggestion that we say, you know, we're proud of their efforts today. Come next season or the season after, they'll be getting a rocket for that, because I expect us to get better and better and better, and at some point start, you know, competing with Bayern Munich. But a 3-2 at their place, okay, we're out of the cup, but not too bad, I don't think. And just reading a couple of the social media comments. So Emma Pop has said, absolutely fuming with that. Okay, fair dues, you pay your money. But then again, Manfred Klinger says, nah, could have been better, could have been worse. And actually, I think he's probably right, it could have been a lot worse. So I think with that, we're going to wrap this episode up. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please give me a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe and spread the word. And all that's left for me to say is, well, thanks very much for watching, and I think today's episode has been quite good. We're through to the next stage of the Conference League, and okay, we're out of the DFB Pokal, but we're second in the Bundesliga, and quite a margin away from those Europa League spots now. So Champions League football next season, can we do it? You'll have to come back next time and see, won't you? We'll see you next time.